recognize whether you're in a workplace setting, a school, a movie theater, a mall, wherever you are, you have to fine tune it. I can't go over every possible scenario. But the basics that I'm going to teach you tonight will keep you alive. What I teach and what these three organizations tell you is we have found that your best bet to survive an active shooter situation, when you bring it down to its basic components, is react, run, hide, fight. In your workplace, wherever any of you work, if you have never sat at your desk and said, if I hear shooting in that part of the building, where am I going? If a guy comes through that door shooting, what am I going to do? If you have never considered it, if your brain has never visualized it, the chances are really good you're going to die. You have to have an emergency response plan. You have to have a threat assessment team. We know it's going to happen. We know it. They tell us it's going to happen in so many ways, and we don't do anything about it. This is one of the ways that if you have a threat assessment team in either the workplace or the school, that you can avoid the incident from happening through that. If that's the case, if someone in your workplace gave indications that they were a lit fuse and you did nothing to stop it, you're in violation of their general safety clause. Because of this, insurance companies, believe it or not, this is what our world has come to. Insurance companies are now writing active shooter insurance policies. So that if you own a business, you can buy this insurance policy so that if it happens and you're found negligent, they'll pay the $5 million for you that the courts are going to award the victims. All right, schools and businesses. You want to prevent active shooters from happening. You want to respond so that you're not going to die and your employees aren't going to die. This is what you need. Emergency response plan. Tells you what to do. Planning procedures and practice. You have to have a threat assessment team. Your brain does not want to admit the fact that you are in mortal danger, that you could die within the next several moments. So what does your brain do? It makes up excuses. It tells you that they're firecrackers, that it's a car backfire, that they're balloons, that it's a nail gun. Most of you do not employ situational awareness. What situational awareness is simply being aware of what's going on around you. It's your response time. And in order to survive an active shooter incident, you have to respond quickly. These things move very fast. And he either comes into your room, or as you're trying to escape, you turn and suddenly he's right there in front of you. When that happens, there are only two possibilities. You will either let him kill you, or you will fight him. If you don't fight him, he's definitely going to kill you. 65% of active shooter incidents, not counting schools, 65% of them were found to be preventable. That means people knew it was going to happen. That means there were indicators. That means there were signs. That means the shooter told people. The shooter left notes. This leakage, 65% of the time. You should have this. And we're going to designate a safe room, preferably at least one, on every floor. What a safe room is a room that the shooter can't get into. It can be locked from the inside. It's not glass windows. And in that room, preferably, is a landline telephone in case there's no cell service. And there's a supply cabinet or a file cabinet or a box or whatever it is that you want that has first aid equipment, water, and sometimes defensive equipment, such as pepper spray or whatever. There is nothing that means more to them than accomplishing their mission. Their mission is to kill you. Their mission, remember the definition, is to kill as many people as possible in as short a time as possible. They are so calm. They're going to come down and they're just going to go boom, 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 boom. And their pulse rate is never going to jump. It's never going to raise. They are completely calm. You are not human to them. There is about as much emotion in them at that point as if they were shooting a store mannequin. I have them put down red duct tape or paint a red line. There's no way, if you're behind these lines, there's no way he can shoot you if he shoots through that door. And what we teach the kids is, behind the red line, we will be fine. And so when they go into the room, they automatically go behind their red line. So he can shoot through this door all day long. He's not going to hit anybody. These kids did not have to die. You can safely leave the kill zone. You have to do so. Or you should do so. If you feel that's your best bet. Follow your plan, but away from the shooter. Leave everything behind. Ladies, leave those pocketbooks. Don't bring stuff. The only thing you bring with you is any weapon that you can grab, scissors, letter opener, pen, anything like that, razor, and your cell phone if it's readily available.